Filthy Frank has been an inspiration to me as well as many others. Creating a corner in YouTube's shiny face, where people can just go freaking mental and really express themselves. Now, while making the script for this video, he stated on Twitter that he won't be returning to YouTube for all kinds of personal reasons, and that's completely understandable. So today, to honor the guy, we'll be reviewing Filthy Frank, the anime.
But Thomas, that's not an anime. What you gonna talk about?
Or is it? For the past couple months, I've been dedicating my entire life to get through the Filthy Frank series, analyzing everything about the main character, his habits, video styles, the story, every fucking cum stain in his videos. It's all engraved in my brain. I've put together the whole convoluted storyline, and it's the weirdest kind of shit I've ever seen. So come with me through the journey of what is Francis of the Filth, the TV series, on YouTube. Red. The man, the myth, the legend did not actually start at the start. It all began with making stupid homemade videos like you'd expect to see back in the day. Just gathering up some mates and filming whatever you wanted to. Well, not much has changed in that regard, but the camera quality was much worse back then. The Tempura Boys series, which were one of the first videos ever posted on the channel, didn't even contain Frank himself.
Oh, I don't know, man. The look is way better.
Oh, no, please. I don't like syringes.
He started appearing later on, and the first videos were kinda weak, to be honest. But you could see the passion being lit, the filth accumulating. Frank made his first debut in a video where he talked about taking a shit. That's a fitting start, I guess, for the character.
Explosive diarrhea, like shit, just flies all over the place.
And then he went on to cover a lot of the basics, like first day of school, or being rejected by a girl, or singing Adele in a pink suit. Yeah, I don't understand the logic behind how that came to be, but who cares? Pink Guy was born. He even revisits many of the topics in future episodes to give them the much deserved polish. Again talking about school or haters or girls, but really evolving them. At this point, the story of the Filthy Frank show wasn't that strong yet. They started introducing the OG characters, but most were one-off characters, like the black magician guy. And they just weren't that special, except for Pink Guy. Visually, what can I say? It was basic YouTube. The standards weren't that high back in the day, and this seems pretty adequate for the time. It even feels a bit homey, like homemade, which brings it more relatability in my eyes. It's kinda like Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. Not a lot of people know about it, it's mostly not canon and very weird, and everybody's different in it, but it's a nice start. That being said, who doesn't love them some good Yu-Gi-Oh! The story started really going with season 1, or what I'd like to call the golden age of disaster music. We started seeing all kinds of new characters pop up. Frank trying out new styles, new types of videos, and this is also the beginning of the Filthy Frank lore. The Filthy Frank show wasn't even exactly a show at that point. It was more like some mental patient's notes that were scribbled on a paper being made into videos, since there was no rationality behind them. Sure, you had rants, which seemed coherent, but then you got Pink Guy randomly dancing to pop music, weird skits, pranks, animations, a 10-minute licking video. This weird bunch of madness, though, while not making sense individually, started becoming clearer the further away you looked. They all formed under this one little ball of shittiness that started to shine, and it's exactly that unique shittiness that brought him to light and made him stand out. Sure, before him rants about high schools or girls and social networks and killing yourself existed, but going so out of your way to mock the topic is an art in itself. He didn't just rant about them, he lived them, finishing the videos off with a catchy song, screaming a lot, or Jesus Christ, I don't know what the hell that even is. Like, what was he even thinking at that point? With this season, the quality went tremendously up, both story-wise and visually. You could see him creating some interesting characters and really having fun with them. He was like an in real life internet troll, embodying all our worst aspects and living them out without fear of repercussions. The rants and other kinds of videos, while being really crude and having some pretty offensive jokes in them, still contained a story, a point that we could all understand and say,
You just might fall and not get up.
hey, that's pretty relatable. And then he made the Harlem Shake. And this is where things got really wild and fancy.
You see that on my hand? That's syphilis.
At this point, he's moved a bit further away from the memes and started creating more artsy content. Again, you can see him improving on his older videos, but taking it to a whole another dimension. Literally. He just started connecting everything to everything, experimenting and pushing the filth even further with classics like the Weeaboos or Mac and PC or The Right Chef. That was a pretty messed up episode, not gonna lie. This is where things start going really intense story-wise. His rants were still masterpieces, but people were starting to get more excited about the lore and his other videos now. The little tidbits of shit that he sprinkled across his videos or just made completely separate videos of. What? Who's the fake Frank and when did he arrive? What's this about the war? There's a war coming. What the hell's up with the Omniverse? Fuck you. What the hell's up with the Omniverses and the Peace Lords? But when the war finally came, so did I. This season is again mostly episodic, but much more consistent now. Mostly containing either rants, skits, or music videos. Yeah, the second half of the season might as well be a musical, because there's a lot of music and music videos there. Characters have made leaps in development and are much more stable now. I mean, personality-wise, not like mentally stable. And the visuals again have rise to another level, which I'd like to get a bit further into. George has a unique way of combining classical style of YouTube with the modern aesthetic, using slow motion cinematic shots that leave you in awe, and mixing them with this action scene that a 10-year-old could have made when YouTube just got started. He's like shitposting while still telling an actual story, memeing but also taking it seriously. It's this balance, I think, that grabs the audience's attention the most. The pure mesmerizing reality behind it. At a time where every newbie can open up After Effects and crank out some decent looking VFX, these raw and shitty looking JPEGs of random PNGs off of Google leave a much bigger impact. And at a time where family friendly channels or Christian channels started popping up, he kept it real. A bit too much at times, but still he persevered, and I can't imagine that being easy on him. To get that far, you'd really need some balls of steel to withstand all those haters. The sad part is that with today's YouTube's policies, creating content to this extent probably isn't even that achievable anymore. All you're gonna get is some fake pranks with paid actors or other lame shit that just tries to imitate him, like my videos. And it's not like he became famous even overnight, or built it in a couple of years. No, that took a lot of time. I mean, just look at this guy. This is him now. What even happened there? Look, honestly, I'm not sure what I'm even doing with this video. At first, this was supposed to be a review on his lore, then it turned out to be more of an analysis on his series, and then like a documentary type of shit, I don't know. I'm just a fan of his stuff and really grateful for the content that he made. It feels like the content that he made shouldn't exist, that it shouldn't work or be as accepted as it is. But somehow he managed it, aiding creators and letting them know that you shouldn't be afraid to show people what you got, to really push the boundaries and let yourself be free. Unless you're a pedophile, of course, then don't be free at all. But I mean, if we were supposed to judge this whole show story-wise, then I don't know. Introducing a whole new character at the end of the series, not really having an ending, just a lot of open questions, Chin Chin being banished, Frank disappearing after meeting with Pink Guy. Come on, what is this even? Is this how it's going to end? Because it's not gonna get a pretty good score from me then. But I'm still super annoyed that the story didn't make any sense. Just more questions without any answers. I'm afraid this will drag the score down quite a bit, but... Wait! What's that? Zoom in! Enhance! Apply filter! That's right. The book. It holds all the answers. But how do I get it? From Amazon? That's like £40 plus shipping. I ain't gonna pay that much. No, there has to be another way. What are your secrets? No. But that can't be. I'll be eradicated instantly by the chromosomal pressure. Unless... This should help me pass on. Fuck! The teleportation is failing me because I'm not a rank and file. It won't accept my chromosomes. I need to get filthier. I need my travel juices. Bring me the travel juices.
Where's the book?
Come on, Frank. It's time to reveal all your secrets to me. Inspired a whole generation of creators with your mindless intensity, letting people make filth acceptably. With your antics brought laughter and filth to everyone, giving us all kinds of classics like killing yourself with a shotgun. Nobody can replace you, people surely have tried. They lack your kind of worldview. Their cringy jokes leaving us mortified, and the ones with potential will be stricken down by YouTube, raped by policies that are too crude. We do not have enough lube. Can't be edgy these days, can't make jokes about the gays, can't talk about the eating ass, can't talk about a dog licking your nutsack. But who else is gonna cover baking a cake with hair, making a double bush to the hair, then puking on each other? Papa Franco, you finished your mission, you're a god now. You don't need to get chromosomes, you don't need to make videos, but we hope that you still come back once in a while, making rants about random shit that really makes us smile. From the moment that I stumbled upon your videos, they changed me, made me be a better man, even made a blow up doll of you that I keep in my basement. And sometimes I go to it and I poke it with my dick. Your music is really good, from Pink Eye to Georgie too, and it's cool that you're following your dreams, blossoming without some stupid memes. But we hope you do a follow-up on when you were swallowed up. What on earth were you planning? And if the book's really canon? Papa Franco, you finished your quest. rest, you're a god now. You don't need more chromosomes. When will you bring back Georgie Vlogs, Papa Franco? You're the god now. You don't need more chromosomes. You don't need sacrifice videos, but we miss you. You've created some amazing lore. We'll never forget you. We'll be spreading your filth forevermore.
It's already demonetized, motherfucker. It's demonetized, bitch.
I'm gender fluid.